The median home price in Malibu, California is over $4 million. In Newport Beach, $3 million. In Miami Beach, $1.3 million. In the Hamptons, $2 million. Even in smaller coastal towns that were affordable 15 years ago, Cannon Beach in Oregon, Seaside Heights in New Jersey, and St. Augustine in Florida, prices have climbed to levels that put coastal homeownership out of reach for the vast majority of American households. But coastal America is vast. The United States has over 12,000 miles of coastline, and not all of it has been discovered, priced, and turned into a vacation market. There are genuine coastal towns on the Gulf, on the Atlantic, on the Great Lakes, where a median home still costs under $300,000, where you can wake up near the water without a seven-figure mortgage. Today, we go inside 10 of them. Subscribe first. Every week, we go deep on affordable America, and you do not want to miss the next one. Port Arthur, Texas, Gulf Coast. Median home price is approximately $130,000. Port Arthur sits on Sabine Lake at the Texas-Louisiana border, connected to the Gulf of Mexico by the Sabine-Neches waterway. It is a working port city. The region around it processes more oil and chemical products than almost any other area in the country. The economy is stable, and wage levels for skilled trades and industrial work are meaningfully above the cost of living. At $130,000, Port Arthur is the most affordable Gulf Coast city of any meaningful size in Texas. The catch is that it is an industrial city. The landscape is defined by refineries and chemical plants in ways that matter to quality of life depending on your specific neighborhood. Research wind patterns and specific zip codes carefully. The residential areas away from the industrial corridor are genuinely livable communities with real waterfront access. Gulfport, Mississippi, Gulf Coast. Median home price, approximately $190,000. Gulfport is the second largest city in Mississippi, and it sits directly on the Gulf of Mexico with 26 miles of man-made white sand beaches. It has a port, a naval facility, and a growing casino and tourism economy that provides employment diversity uncommon in Mississippi cities of its size. At $190,000 for a median home, in a city on the Gulf of Mexico with white sand beaches, Gulfport represents one of the most significant coastal affordability anomalies in the country. The comparison to Florida's Gulf Coast, where comparable Gulf-adjacent cities run $300,000 to $500,000, is stark. The catch is hurricane risk. Gulfport was devastated by Hurricane Katrina in 2005 and the city rebuilt significantly. But the Gulf Coast hurricane risk is real, ongoing, and reflected in homeowners' insurance costs that are substantially higher than inland Mississippi. The insurance premium can add $1,500 to $3,000 annually to ownership costs, so factor this into your monthly budget calculation before the home price excitement takes over. Biloxi, Mississippi, on the Gulf Coast. The median home price is approximately $175,000. Biloxi is the entertainment and casino capital of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The Beau Rivage, the Golden Nugget, and the Hard Rock, major casino resort operators, have invested billions in Biloxi's waterfront. That investment has brought restaurants, entertainment, and employment, and it transformed the post-Katrina rebuild into something more economically dynamic than the pre-Katrina city. At $175,000 for a median home on the Gulf of Mexico, with casino resort infrastructure, a historic downtown, and the longest man-made beach in the world on your doorstep, Biloxi is the coastal affordability story that most Americans have not connected yet. The same hurricane risk caveat applies here as in Gulfport. Pascagoula, Mississippi, Gulf Coast. Median home price, approximately $155,000. Pascagoula is the industrial cousin of Biloxi and Gulfport, home to the Ingalls Shipbuilding facility, one of the largest naval shipbuilders in the United States, employing over 10,000 workers. That federal defense contractor Anchor provides economic stability unlike anything available in a purely tourist or casino economy. The Pascagoula River, the only unimpounded major river in the continental United States, flows through the county to the Gulf. The river's unique tidal ecosystem produces what locals call the Singing River, a mysterious humming sound that emanates from the river at certain times of year that has defied scientific explanation for centuries. Corpus Christi, Texas, Gulf Coast. Median home price is approximately $250,000. Corpus Christi is the best-known affordable Gulf Coast city, and for good reason. It sits on a bay, not directly on the Gulf, which provides calmer water and more protected marina conditions. Padre Island National Seashore, the longest undeveloped barrier island in the world at 67 miles, is directly across the bay. The Texas State Aquarium is one of the best aquariums in the South. The economy is diversified across petroleum refining, the Port of Corpus Christi, Naval Air Station Corpus Christi, tourism, and healthcare. That diversification provides stability that purely resort economies cannot match. At $250,000, Corpus Christi is meaningfully more expensive than the Mississippi Gulf Coast, but it offers Texas's zero state income tax advantage and a city with genuine infrastructure and a growing restaurant and culture scene. Panama City, Florida, Gulf Coast. The median home price is approximately $260,000. Panama City proper, not Panama City Beach, which is the tourist resort, is a genuine Florida city of 35,000 people with a port, a naval support activity facility, and Bay Medical Sacred Heart as the regional healthcare anchor. The home prices in Panama City proper are dramatically lower than Panama City Beach across the bridge, where vacation condos push the median significantly higher. The beaches of Panama City Beach, famous for their white quartz sand and emerald green water, are accessible by a short drive. But the buyer in Panama City proper is buying a home in a working city with a functioning economy, not a vacation condo in a resort market. That distinction matters for price. Pensacola, Florida, Gulf Coast. Median home price, approximately $240,000. Pensacola is one of the oldest European settlements in the continental United States and has one of the most historically interesting downtowns in Florida. The historic Seville Quarter, the Gulf Islands National Seashore, which contains some of the whitest sand beaches in the country, and Naval Air Station Pensacola, home of the Blue Angels, give the city a character that most Florida coastal cities simply cannot replicate. At $240,000 for a median home, Pensacola is the best combination of genuine Florida Gulf Coast access, historical character, federal employment stability, and affordability available in the state. The cost of living runs about 15% below the national average. Galveston, Texas, Gulf Coast. Median home price, approximately $280,000. Galveston is the closest thing to a classic American beach town that Texas has. The Strand Historic District has preserved Victorian commercial architecture that survived hurricanes and time. The beach, not spectacular by Caribbean standards but genuine sand and Gulf water, runs the length of the island. The Galveston Island State Park provides natural beach access away from the commercialized Seawall Boulevard. At $280,000, Galveston is the highest-priced Texas Gulf Coast entry on this list. The island's appeal, from proximity to Houston to beach access and Victorian character, pushes prices above the other Texas Gulf entries. Hurricane risk is real and significant. The 1900 Galveston hurricane remains the deadliest natural disaster in American history. Flood insurance and windstorm coverage add meaningfully to ownership costs. Traverse City, Michigan, on Lake Michigan. Median home price approximately $290,000. Traverse City is the Great Lakes entry on this list, and it earns that reputation through the sheer quality of the offer. Grand Traverse Bay, a deep blue arm of Lake Michigan, provides freshwater sailing, kayaking, and swimming in conditions that rival any coastal destination in the country. The Leelanau Peninsula, with its cherry orchards, wineries, and small fishing communities, sits immediately to the north. The Sleeping Bear Dunes, National Lakeshore, voted the most beautiful place in America by Good Morning America viewers, is 45 minutes away. Traverse City is also a genuine food and wine destination. The Old Mission Peninsula produces wines that compete with Napa in specific varietals. The restaurant scene punches significantly above the city's weight. At $290,000, just under our threshold, Traverse City is one of the most compelling coastal affordability stories in America. The catch is the Michigan winter. Traverse City receives significant lake-effect snow, but the summer and fall are genuinely extraordinary, and buyers moving here from coastal California and the Northeast have made that calculation and decided it is worth it. Marquette, Michigan, on Lake Superior. Median home price, approximately $220,000. The city of 20,000 people is the largest in Michigan's Upper Peninsula and serves as the regional hub for everything from healthcare to shopping for a vast surrounding wilderness region. Lake Superior from Marquette is extraordinary. The water is clear, cold, and blue in a way that matches any ocean coastline. The pictured rocks, National Lakeshore, named for the mineral-stained sandstone cliffs rising 200 feet above the lake, is an hour east. The Porcupine Mountains Wilderness State Park, with the last significant stand of old-growth northern hardwood forest in the Midwest, is 2 hours west. At $220,000, Marquette provides genuine Great Lakes waterfront proximity, one of the most dramatic natural environments in North America, at a price that any coastal ocean market would laugh at. The winter caveat is significant. Marquette averages over 140 inches of snowfall annually. If that is the life you want, no coastal market in America offers this much at this price. 10 coastal towns. 10 places where the dream of living near water has not been entirely priced out of reach. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, including Gulfport, Biloxi, and Pascagoula, delivers the cheapest Gulf of Mexico access in the country, between $150,000 and $190,000, with hurricane risk as the honest cost of entry. The Texas Gulf Coast, including Port Arthur, Corpus Christi, and Galveston, provides zero income tax Gulf access, with economic stability anchored by federal defense and petroleum industries. The Florida Panhandle, including Panama City and Pensacola, offers the white sand, emerald water Gulf Coast experience at prices that have not caught up to the rest of Florida's coast. And the Great Lakes, including Traverse City and Marquette, deliver freshwater coastal living with clarity and beauty that no ocean beach in the country can exceed, at prices that make coastal ocean markets look genuinely funny by comparison. The coastline that is affordable is still there. You just have to look past the places that get the magazine covers. Subscribe. New video every week. See you in the next one.